in West Bengal, and we are standing on the fields of West Bengal, and we have potato farms behind us. So I just wanted to ask you that, you being the first person who joined Nikolai and I on this journey, just like tell me what motivated you to actually, when like we didn't have any operations at that point in time as well. So you,
right.
And we always knew that we wanted to be a tech company, so we had to figure out our first person that we needed to figure out is someone who will handle the technology. Mm-hmm. So what motivated you to join us?
So I think it was an exciting opportunity. So first of all, it was we were starting something from ground up, and there was an immense opportunity in front of us to build a solution which will impact the lives of a lot of people. And more importantly, AgriGate was something which was trying to change the lives of the people in the rural sector. So people who grow our food, who are involved in agriculture, who serve as the foundation for the Indian society. Like a lot of the ways, it was an exciting challenge for me, and very different from the technology solutions I had built over the previous 10 years of my career. And that was exciting, it was thrilling, and it has been the last 3 years have been one hell of a ride.
At the same time, we also saw that there is nothing out there that has ever been targeted at such a large cohort of people. That's 150 million farmers, but 500 million rural population in India. Mm-hmm. And if I actually take the global fragmented farming population, it will even cross 1 billion. But nothing has been built out there. So when we actually thought that, okay, technology needs to be built, but at the same time, it's daunting for us to think that something that's never been built for this cohort, this kind of commercial activity, we are out there and going in there and trying to build that. So of course we knew that we needed best of best, and thank God that we landed with you. But how do you see that journey actually moving up? Because of course you have worked in other industries, other sectors, etc. that you and I have all worked there. But we definitely know that there's no reference data to actually understand that how farmers will see. Of course, farmers are using 20 different kinds of...
So first of all, the scope of the problem that we are trying to solve, that is definitely quite immense. But at the same time, I think what we have done well is rolling out this offerings that we have in a phased manner. So we focused on a small segment of the market. We understood their use cases. We focused on a few small geographies, and we actually interacted with people. We worked with them. We understood their problems. And then we rolled out an initial MVP, and rather than trying to build out a fully fledged solution which actually solves the problem end to end, we developed an initial MVP. We rolled it out to users. We saw how they are using the app, what problems they are facing, whether it is actually being used in the way we intended. And then based on that, we iterate, we evolve the application. To be fair, all of us do not have 100% understanding of what the problems are, and also what we envision as solutions, whether they will actually solve the problems on the ground. We don't know that for 100 with any certainty. So we have to iterate rapidly. We have to bring solutions to people, and we have to understand their concerns, and we have to understand where they are facing difficulty. And that kind of collaborative process is the best path forward. And that has been our approach since day one, and that has been a wonderful journey. And it's also enjoyable when developers are involved in the product and have a seat in the table in product decisions. So that also is enjoyable because we build something, we see its impact in a matter of weeks or months, and not years.
Yeah, exactly.
So that way, working on in a startup is incredibly satisfying in a way working in large enterprises often isn't.
Now we are actually launching this. We have launched this, but there are multiple product lines, right?
Right.
And one of the challenges of launching multiple product lines via a single window and single application has always been the messiness of journey, the navigation, right? So how do you see the role of design? I know that both of us have focused a lot very early on, is that we should have a UX person, UI person from day zero, but more like UX person should be there that, who looks at it. But how do you actually look at that part of the journey?
Every step, I think it is important to go back and ask ourselves, what are the primary problems that users are facing, which we can solve for them through the app. And when we prioritize the users' use cases, the primary problems, and build the entire interface around those problems, so then that naturally ensures that the application is easy to use, and the application prioritizes their needs.
Yeah.
I think that is the single biggest driving factor when taking UX decisions. It is not like we have decided how our user interface looks like from day one. So we have gone through multiple iterations. We have actually given the app in the hands of our users. We have taken their feedback, and according to that, we have revised the UI, reiterated on it. And I think that has been fun.
Yeah, that has been fun.
And it is also great that we have a team where neither the developers nor the product managers are they have any ego.
Yeah.
So if some input comes from, let's say, Vishwajit on the field, or any individual farmer, so we have always prioritized that. We have explored what we can do. I think our developers have quite a bit of autonomy, and they have freedom of experimenting with approaches. And we have structured our application such that multiple product lines can be iterated on in parallel.
Oh, wow.
So even if the access window is one single app, so it is a gateway to the wider AgriGate platform. And that platform has multiple faces, and those faces are evolving independently.